All right, let's dive right in. We're not going to talk about charts today, or indicators, or the latest hot entry model. Nope, we are going to talk about the one thing that truly separates the winners from the losers in this game. We're talking about the war that's happening right between your ears.
So why is this so incredibly hard? I mean, really, it's a question I bet you ask yourself all the time. You see the setup, you totally get the logic, but then, when it's time to actually pull the trigger, something just goes wrong. It's beyond frustrating, right? It feels like you're just stuck in this loop you can never escape.
And here it is. This is the absolute truth of it all. The source material I've been studying is dead certain that about 80% of traders fail because they literally talk themselves into it. Yeah, you heard that right. Your success or your failure, it's already decided long before you ever click that buy or sell button. This game is won or it's lost right up here in your mind. Think about it. Every single trading decision you make has this internal conflict that comes first. That 7-pound universe inside your skull is just wrestling with every what-if thought you've ever fed it. What if I fail? Oh man, what if my spouse asks if I lost money again? You're feeding it a constant diet of negativity, and then you're surprised when you're scared to take a trade? Come on. Now this is where it gets really interesting. Let's talk about something called psychological scar tissue. Every single time you have a bad trade, a failure, and you internalize it, especially by going online and venting about it, you are actively building a mental callus. You're literally making it harder for yourself to ever get to that flexible, healthy mindset you absolutely need to succeed.
And this analogy just nails it. Imagine a physical stab wound. Years later, even after it's all healed up, you can still feel that scar tissue, right? It tugs, it restricts your movement, it's not elastic. Well, the exact same thing happens inside your head. Every negative thought you reinforce limits your flexibility for the future.
You know, so many traders think that venting their frustrations on Twitter or in some Discord chat is therapy. It's the absolute opposite. You're basically tattooing that pain onto your soul. You're reinforcing a failure identity for the whole world to see. Private discipline, though, that's where the power is. It preserves your mental capital. It lets you learn from your mistakes objectively, without building up those restrictive calluses. Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, let's look at people who perform under immense pressure for a living and, just borrow their playbook. Let's talk about the mindset of a professional athlete.
Do you really think a major league batter steps up to the plate thinking, well, I haven't struck out in a while, it's probably my turn? Of course not. They are focused entirely on what their training has prepared them to do right now. They're focused on the process for this pitch, this single moment, not the outcome, and definitely not the last play. They lean on their training, not on their what-if thinking.
So here's the absolute key. You have to become an elite performer in your own mind first. And the very first practical step is to take conscious control of that internal voice. You have to intentionally rewrite the script you're feeding your subconscious every single day. So instead of saying something destructive like, "Ugh, I hate myself, I can't learn this," you need to actively replace it. Try this instead. "Okay, I'm not there yet, but I'm excited that I'm going to absolutely kill it and I will know exactly how to do this." Look, you might not believe it at first. That's okay. Your subconscious doesn't care. It just soaks up the positive programming.
And that's the bottom line, isn't it? Waiting for someone on social media to pat you on the back and stroke your ego, that's a false sense of security. It disappears in a second. The only cheerleader that will ever have a lasting impact on your performance is you. And listen, this positive programming isn't just some wishful thinking. Your subconscious will manifest itself through your actions. If you program it with doubt and fear, your hand is going to hesitate, you'll second-guess everything, and you will end up clicking the mouse at the worst possible time, which, by the way, just confirms the very failure you already expected.
So here's a simple, incredibly powerful rule to put this into action. After you take a loss, you stop. That's it. You shut it down for the day. Why? Because you immediately stop the emotional bleeding. You exercise discipline when you're at your most vulnerable, and you prove to your subconscious that one loss isn't the end of the world. You preserve your mental capital for tomorrow. And if you think this is some minor issue, get ready for this. The average person has at least 300 negative thoughts every single day. 300! That is the baseline of negativity you are fighting against before you even open a single chart. You have to be proactive in this war. So let's wrap this all up. Here's the game plan. The key is to be an active participant in this mental battle, not a victim of it. That means you stop reinforcing failure by venting, and instead you build real resilience with private discipline. You start consciously rewriting your internal script from "I can't" to "I will." And you implement hard rules, like stopping after one loss to protect your most valuable asset, your mental capital. Remember, your subconscious is always listening. It's always recording. So the real question is, what script are you feeding it today?